All right, and we are live. I'll go ahead, announce in chat. All right, so hopefully the draft is going to start up soon. I can go ahead and switch to that. Yes, so if you just got here, this is going to be Trinity University versus McMurry, a best of 3 game. So first off, McMurray is going to go ahead and ban that Mundo. We definitely have seen infinite stamina on that Mundo before, causing some wreckage. Okay, Trinity hits back with the Soraka ban. Based on my research, Zero Bot, McMurray's support, does play a lot of Soraka and a lot of Shaco. And yep, there's the Shaco ban. Sejuani ban from McMurray, that's going to be a hit on Wee Little Otter, but luckily the champion pool is there to back it up. And there's the Thresh ban. Sorry, Nathan. It'll get better. That's definitely understandable. We have seen with the recent Thresh adjustments kind of fixed his AP scaling, but hurt a little the W usage and shielding. But Thresh is definitely coming up and coming to play this last patch. Okay, and there's a Darius ban for the McMurray top laner. League of Space, I believe. Forgive me, I'm gonna be working on the McMurray names, and by the time I get them, it'll be over. Okay, so we see the Kaisa pick come out from McMurray. The pretty good pick. We know Spurs plays a good amount of Kaisa, and she's relatively strong right now. So it's a nice first pick. I like picking the ADCs and supports first, so that you're open to counter picking later on. But that's just me. Okay, and there's the Caitlyn answer from Trinity. We have seen Spurs on the Caitlyn as well, and that's one of the strengths, I think, of these players like Wee Little Otter, Spurs 21, Love Soso, where they have just that incredible champion pool where you really can't ban them out. And I am a little bit scared for this McMurray support with their 2 supports ban. You know, been there, done that. The Nami Lulu double ban on me. It hurts. It's a little tragic, but we'll see what they do. Okay, so Trinity is going to go ahead and pick Hecarim here. Good pick, I would say. I haven't seen Josh on this recently, but I have seen Wee Little Otter on this in the past, and so I'm excited to see what he can do with it. Right, and that is McMurray with the Tryndamere, kind of a split push beast monster. It depends. If he's on your team, he's a great guy, but if not, it can be a rough ride. And we'll see how. McMurray still has one more pick. So far, no big notes on the team comps. We're just not quite that far yet. Okay, that is going to be a Lux pick. If I had to guess, it would be for the bot laner, like as Lux support, but we will have to wait and see on that. Okay, and one more pick for Trinity. Okay, and we're going to grab that Jax for infinite stamina. Now we're back to bans. Let's see what we decide to focus out here. Take your time, it's okay. So Kinsey is not quite here yet. Hopefully she'll come soon. Alright, there's the Swain ban from Trinity. But yeah, Kinsey's going to be joining us a little bit later on. She just had an event she had to take care of. Okay, McMurray goes ahead and bans that Akali. As I said, Love Soso with the champion pool, it does not matter what you ban. That kid will find something and will own you with it. Okay, and Trinity bans the Vi for McMurray's jungler into Cable. I hope I'm saying that right. We'll find out later, perhaps. Alright, and for McMurray's final ban, they're gonna take out Nathan's Nami, which there are other things of Nathan's you can be more scared of, I would say. But I play a good amount of Nami, I think. She can be a formidable foe. Okay, so we see the Karma pick coming out from Trinity. Caitlyn Karma is going to be a rather oppressive lane, but depending if this does end up being Lux support, as I am suspecting, it may be a pretty evenly matched bot lane bully duel, as both can push out a lot of damage. Just that mage class hurts so good. Okay, we see the Viego pick coming out from McMurray. I'm gonna guess that would be their jungler, but God, you never know with these kids. Alright, so I'm looking at this team comp, and until we have the mid laners, I don't want to say anything too hasty, you know? Okay, so along with this Viego, we are going to be picking a Lysandra mid. Okay, slightly random. I have seen a handful, but she hasn't been necessarily the best mid laner this patch. I think there's a lot more pressure on these Annies, these Cassiopeias, these Orianas. If you checked in yesterday, we saw a good amount of action from Oriana and Cassiopeia on either side. A lot of that mage fun. Okay, and there's going to be Talia from Trinity. I haven't seen So on this Talia in a while, so I am interested to see how that plays out. But hopefully we can go ahead and start getting in here. I'm gonna just let y'all stay on the draft screen with me while we load in, since we have to load and then wait for the spectator delay, so you'll be stuck with me for a little bit longer. But yeah, so it is definitely worth noting the majority of Trinity's team is platinum ranked. McMurray, I was looking, I saw a good bit of gold, a little silver, a little whatever. And alright, so looking at this bot lane matchup, I'm not sure how much experience Zero Bot McMurray support has on this Lux here, so that'll definitely be interesting seeing, because a lot of the times people assume, okay, you can just throw any e-girl on Lux, throw anyone on Lux, see what they can do. But, you know, I would say all of her util is a skill shot. There are things to be learned and mistakes to be made, so it will definitely be fun to see that kind of mage matchup of Lux versus Karma. Then Caitlyn and Kaisa kind of keep it cool in the back, a little aloof. Spurs and his farming on Caitlyn, of course. And then with these junglers, okay, so Hecarim we see ganking and just this really global map pressure, which I'm surprised I haven't seen Josh on this role actually before, because Hecarim is just so up his alley with the map pressure and how that works out as like an IGL and a jungler, having that big picture game sense in a sense. Comparatively, we do have Viego on McMurray, not quite as fast, but I would say almost as deadly, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think lore-wise they're both from, the Spirit Island? You know what I'm talking about. Lore, they're connected, so that'll be a cute little face-off. No more Love is Dead from yesterday. Hopefully we won't see the Rakanzai come out just yet. I don't think I can handle it. I'm not quite sure I have even ever seen this matchup before in the mid lane of Lysandra and Talia. These are kind of random picks. I just think maybe Trinity's playing a little more, thinking about how this team comp is going to work out. I remember Josh mentioning in a post-game interview yesterday that they ended up being a little fragmented on their team comps just because of being forced to counterpick and think about all these factors. So that might be contributing to this not, I won't say completely new, but newer type picks from So and Wee Little Otter here. McMurray I have not seen play before, so that's also pretty exciting. I think in terms of Viego turning into people, if you don't know, Viego's ability, his ultimate ability is to, or is that his ult? Anyways, he can snatch the form of dead enemies, so I think that can be really dangerous on the Hecarim here, the even the Karma here for kind of a group snowball type approach, and even just on the Jax or Caitlyn or the Talia burst, it'll be really interesting. Viego is a hero where you have to have that deep champion knowledge. You have to be able to basically play any champion you're going to be paired up against at least for a little while. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. And then top lane, I don't know the most about. I can admit that. Even I can admit that. We do know Jax is a bit of a comfort pick for infinite stamina, I would say. Has a good amount of hours on that. And yeah. Alright, so hopefully we're going to be loading in here a little bit. I'll let you guys come with me to kind of look at this beautiful, the skins. Oh, Kinsey, I can't hear you. Hold on. Sorry, one moment. Okay, talk. Kinsey? Okay, talk again.
Hello.
Okay, there she is, our beautiful, I'll go ahead and stream for you, our beautiful other caster.
Thank you. I apologize for my tardiness. I heard you talking about so we got a Hecarim, a Jax,
Oh yeah.
a Caitlyn, a lot of fun stuff. Oh, is that a Talia that I see?
Oh yeah, so on the Talia, so that'll definitely be fun.
Wow. Yeah. I know. I do think Hecarim will be good for Wee Little Otter just because he is a very roam. He likes to roam. He likes to gank.
Yeah, exactly.
That champion is very good at that. Kind of a quick one. Although I don't know how like Hecarim is in the meta right now, nor how Viego's faring. I didn't think those were super popular champions right now, but I haven't been playing that much attention to pro play recently, so I can't really say that.
Alright, we see a little setup here in the bot. Thankfully, McMurray thoughtfully
Nice.
warded that bush and they're gonna know what's up, but it's a cute attempt from Spurs and Phoenix here coming in this bush.
I hope I'm not wrong in saying, but I think that McMurray is like the new introduction to the SCAC, I guess, Collegiate Association. I think they recently just joined
Oh,
our
okay.
division, so that's kind of a new contender, which is very exciting.
Great. Hopefully we don't get stuck here. Oh, there's the Viego
Oh.
flash and Karma forced to flash away as well. A little poking action
Quite
in the
an
mid
aggressive
lane.
play.
And here's Spurs paying for that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. And they are forced to use heal. This is an unfortunate start of events for Trinity here.
It is. I feel very split on that Viego flash. I don't really. I guess I understand if the aggression paid off and they were able to secure a kill, that would have been definitely extremely worth it. But I don't know. That's feels like a crazy start to the game. But
Yeah, I'm not quite sure myself just yet, but we'll have to see in a bit.
yeah.
Because with that Caitlyn health, like forced to use pots that early, it can't feel necessarily great.
No. No, I know, and that heal is definitely very important for the Caitlyn, and so the aggression on bot lane early is not a bad idea. I mean, they may have watched our games last night and seen how important bot was for a lot of the games, so they could be trying to kind of like
Yeah, for
cut off our
sure.
limb. I don't know what to
Okay, we
say.
see Hecarim maybe positioning here for a possible gank bot. Okay, and Wee Little Otter is gonna pop the ghost, head in, forces out the Kaisa flash. Lux might just be gone here. They're gonna leave the Kaisa, say, okay, you can live for now.
Yeah, and that's a first blood that goes over to Trinity University. Just very nice. Feels good after the
The
karma flash
questionable beginning.
and the heal. That's right.
Infinite Stamina is kind of having a ball up there, I have to say. You know, after the kind of defensive playing he has to do on Poppy, I'm sure he's happy finally playing someone he's used to on that Jax, just having a good time. Okay, we're seeing some resets, nothing out of the ordinary. Do have Dragon up in about a minute. No one's made any absolute moves yet, but we do see Trinity does have Scuttle on that for now. Oh, and Viego caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Is he going to be able to get out? We do see Jax is here to answer.
But so is Trindamere. Wait, am I getting that wrong?
No, that's Tryndamere.
That is Trindamere.
And they are able to catch that Viego. Caught red-handed.
True. It's like bot just some trading.
Yeah, the mage game is on of Karma versus Lux, who can pressure better. Alright, Hecarim is chilling on Raptors. Lissandra's a little worried about it. I would be too after all that's happened already. Nathan punished severely. Got a little aggressive there.
Do you ever think we'd see Nathan play a Lux?
I sure hope not, because he kind of looks like a male version of Lux. If you've never seen him, our support Phoenix 24Q just a little bit. I won't elaborate, but you know, the blonde kind of tall skinny vibe. It's definitely there. We've actually talked about this before.
Wow. But doesn't that mean that he's more of an Ezreal? I feel like Ezreal is my male
Well,
version of Lux.
Ezreal is a little bit he's a little he plays for red side, if you know what I'm saying. There's the Lux gone and punish bot. Both junglers hovering for Viego has his condolences, but you can only help a Lux so much. Oh, and it looks like Soso is just out pressuring this Lissandra. She's kind of forced to play under tower here. Hecarim's heading bot, maybe to, you know, get his cookies back. And just pressure them off of that tower. Viego's nearby though, and he is going to catch him with the stun. That Lux Q could be the end, but it looks like he's able to get away.
Yeah, a little skirmish in the bot lane, but looks like no one comes out a worse for the wear.
For sure.
Just a little, I mean, yeah, Jack's definitely playing aggressive. It's really cool, like you said, to see infinite stamina and a little bit more of an aggressive champion since he has been kind of playing the consistent tank on top. So this could definitely be a game for him to really shine. Not that he hasn't been shining the other games. He definitely has been.
You know, but to kind of get that MVP status going, you know.
That's right.
He's saying it's not just So and Spurs out here. Someone should cheer for me too. And Trinity is maintaining a bit of a CS lead. There's Trinity ult out. Tryndamere, not Trinity. Oh, or not. Or not.
That's the solo bolo, guys.
Solo bolo. Let's get some cheers for the 2-0 infinite stamina. Let's go.
No, McMurray let him have the Jax, which I know a lot of teams before. Oh,
That's a wee little otter.
That's a wee little otter.
That's a horse. I don't know. If you've seen the Family Guy clip, you go, Peter, the horse is here.
you're pretty good at that.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta do
It's a good
voice.
impression. A good impression.
Oh, you know what would be so fun? What if like after this game we make the team do voice impressions of the champs they're playing? I don't think they'd go for it, but
I don't know if they would go
if the
for it
fans
either.
cheer enough,
It's true.
maybe MVPs only. Okay,
Oh my goodness,
double ults in on the
huge.
bot. Wow. If I'm Lux, I'm not happy right now.
No, I can't imagine that's very fun for McMurray. I mean, I didn't see them coming either. They kind of just came out of nowhere. McMurray will respond with that Rift Herald though, which is good on their part. But Trinity will get some of that plating, which is very nice for them as well.
That is about a 4K gold lead for Trinity, starting off strong here, not even 10 minutes into the game.
That's right. I know. I guess I'm trying to think. Do we think that McMurray's bot lane should be winning against the Caitlyn Karma? Both are very pokey bot lanes, I will say, but I don't know which one is more apt to be winning.
Considering the bot lane, I do think
Ooh,
Lux.
is that another solo kill? I think so.
The
It
flash
is.
for
He
it.
wanted it. Second solo
After all the
bolo.
Poppy games, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I know a
Con-
lot of teams have been banning out that Jax on the top lane just
yeah,
because it is a comfort pit of infinite stamina, and it looks like they were right to ban it.
it's funny. In the most recent patch, Jax was even nerfed, I'm pretty sure. Like, his early game got nerfed a little, and Infinite Stamina said, I do not care. That is not a concern of mine.
That's right.
Wow, this bot lane just. Who even cares if Viego is here? We do what we want.
That's right.
Both junglers kind of doing this little dance. Talia looking for a roam down, but maybe getting caught out here.
Lissandra will spot that though. She'll try to go for Lissandra instead.
Forced to
We'll have to
flash.
flash. Yeah, and I don't know. Hecarim will be able to. Yeah, Levsosa's very low there. Little Otter, I think, will be able to secure the Lissandra, but will he be able to
Oh, wow.
beat the Viego? Not, wait, not, oh my gosh, no.
No,
Help me.
it was a
You go.
Viego.
You go. Yeah. What was
Talio.
Oh
Talio.
my gosh. I don't know why
Hecario.
there's an N name. Too many names in this game, guys. Too many names.
And wow, this bot lane is just looking oppressive. I mean, oh wow, there's Spurs with the Gale Force play.
Spurs solo. Spurs solo.
Tryndamere forced to ult top. Wow, that's so fun.
Yeah. I know despite that kill on Love Soso, which was a really good pick for McMurray, it looks like Trinity is still just playing so strong right now. Love Soso's looking for revenge at this point. He wants it. He knows he can get it. He's 1v2ing right now.
Wow, and that damage is just insane. It looks like, yeah, he does already have Everfrost at about 12 minutes. So Trinity is going to take a dragon here if they can, which
Yeah.
I bet they sure can.
I know McMurray will not go and try to contest it, although I do see the Lux hovering over, so maybe she tried to throw a Q or something on it. Seeing Trinity try, I mean, they have a very large control of the map, so being proactive about dragons is not that hard for them, especially with the bot pressure they have right now.
Right, for sure. I was kind of confused about the Talia pick. I haven't seen Soso on it that frequently, but now I'm just happy and confident with it. Oh, gee. Sorry, I hit my mouse. We took a field trip.
What was gonna happen? We did.
There's the Kaisa. She won't go on it. She
I
knows.
was say, will she go?
Caitlyn just bullying the Kaisa outright.
Is a bully. They want that tower. They want that gold. Kaylin's a little bit of a greedy champion. Or maybe that's
No comment. Viego is bot side here, just trying to even save the tower if he can, but with that Rift Herald mid and Lysandra getting forced out.
Yeah. Wee Little Otter's kind of. I feel like he's just been constantly on the map, whether that's like bot or mid, kind of helping those people. I haven't seen. I guess Viego's just been kind of trying to save his laners as well.
Just salvaging what he can.
Just salvage. I like the little little jungle helper. Do you know what that one's called?
Frostfang? No.
Frost.
No, hold on. Gust Walker Hatchling.
Gust Walker. Yeah,
It's a stupid name. Sorry, that's it's a little cold.
Yeah, we don't stand by all League of Legends.
Skin shout out. Sure.
Skin shout out. Do you like that skin?
No, I just, the skins have to be appreciated.
That's true.
And if nothing else is happening, but who knows? I zoom in for 2 seconds and Jax kills Trinity, so. Oh, that looks cute. It's gonna land. They can't do much with it though. But does Nathan know the Viego is right there?
He does now. Yeah. Wow, Lovesoso just playing really aggressive on that Talia. I guess that's how you would play that pick. Infinite stamina just easily chunking down. Oh! Looks like Lovesoso went a little bit too far. A little aggressive. I know, although that Talia is very strong, it seems like the Talia is also very squishy.
It's definitely a glass cannon situation there, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely needs to maybe back off a little bit with the Viego. I do feel like Lovesoso is playing a little bit more confidently than he should, and that could potentially turn a fight.
Yeah, you can't
That could be important.
can't underestimate the Viego's power, especially before we see any anti-heal getting built. And we do have the Viego with this Immortal Shield Bow. There is a Rift Herald up. I'm wondering if Trinity is looking to take it or what our plan is. There's infinite stamina going on it, and Viego is going to back, so that should hopefully work out for them. Mid and bot did go ahead and switch, as we see in most games.
They might go ahead and try to take. They won't be able to take the tower, but they're chunking it down pretty fast. I know. I guess the 4-0 infinite stamina can pretty easily take down that Rift Herald, so he's a good person to grab it.
Oh yeah.
So despite the kind of mishaps in the mid lane, I will say just having extremely strong bot and top is what has made this game not turn too fast. Although Viego's a little scary, those resets. Oh my gosh. Talia wall kind of stopped a little bit of the engage. Little Otter's kind of tempted to keep going, but he restrains himself. But infinite stamina is just gonna keep on taking if he can. Looks like Trinity will kind of back off at this point, except for infinite stamina, who will see if he can. He's gonna take as much as
They
he
are
can.
closing in on him here, though.
Might be a little bit of an inter move. I think he wants to limit test a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, and that shutdown will go to the Viego.
700 gold
ideal.
shutdown.
Yeah, that's not what we want, I will say. And did he end up getting? I don't think he even got the
No.
inhibitor.
Which it might have even been bad if he did, just because you don't want to. They do get extra gold from those super minions, so it might have been better even that he didn't get it. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but Wee Little Otter running in here.
Yeah, he's looking to make some plays after losing a teammate. Looking for revenge, what we like to say here. Probably say too much. It's okay.
I'm sure chat doesn't mind.
That is a 10k gold lead for those who are entering in correct. Although it still feels like a pretty tight game, I will say. It hasn't felt,
Just with the pressure of that
yeah, just with the
Viego.
pressure. I agree. The Viego is definitely the scariest part of McMurray at this point in time, and I do think Trinity still needs to respect it.
Lex did try for the steal, did not quite make it, but it's the thought that counts. So that's
For
a
sure.
2 dragon lead for Trinity here as well. 6 towers, 2 dragons. What more could a girl want?
True. I don't know, man. It's the thought that counts. Feels kind of insulting. That's like something your mom would say to you, or you say to someone because you didn't get them a real gift.
Well, maybe she should grind a little harder. I don't.
It's true.
we do
So it looks like
have
people are gonna just farm up. You go ahead.
we do have a Baron coming up in about 45. I'm not sure. Trinity might go ahead and bait that because what is what is McMurray gonna do to stop them? You know, I feel like that's kind of their mindset right now regarding objectives.
No, I agree. I mean, definitely with the dragon is desynced with Baron right now, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So I do think that is like the next major objective, and I do think Trinity is gonna want to push a fight just because they are technically so much stronger than McMurray at this point in time. So the Baron feels like a very opportunity. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you
Use
did
words.
that. Okay.
Yeah,
Just had to
that was
make
a good
sure.
one.
Infinite stamina
Infinite
with the limit
stamina.
test again.
Yeah, caught kind of in the middle of a dog pile. Didn't really turn out the way he wanted, and that honestly could give McMurray an opportunity to try to take the Baron themselves. That Trinity will have to contest, so we'll just have to kind of see. Doesn't look like McMurray really has any vision, though.
Soso is able to grab that Lysandra pick in the bot lane. Hecarim ults over the wall
My little auto just go right in.
and then right back out.
21. Spurs 21. Phoenix will go in really far. Don't know if Spurs 21 will be able to make it out. With those Viego ults, he might get shut down. He does get shut down, which is pretty scary.
Soso kind of
Again,
looking
the
over
Viego
this
getting
wall.
fed. Yeah, I can see that Talia and Hecarim want it. Well, Viego wants it. It looks like he's almost able to get it.
Talia does get that pick on the Viego though. Maybe even one on the Lux. Flashes for it. And there you go.
He will come out on top. I will say that was a pretty messy fight. And Infinite Stamina's going right back in it. He is able to get 1 kill. And maybe a second? Oh, not quite. He might lose it here. Yes. And he will get... The 3v1 doesn't quite work out in his favor.
It was a good chance.
It was a good... Yeah.
I'm almost wondering if it's a bit now at this point.
I know. I was gonna say Trinity might need to kind of
Pull him back.
slow it down a little bit, but they are still 10k gold ahead. I mean, they're gonna go for this Baron just because they've now kind of their forces are back. But I personally think that they could be playing a slower game. They feel very confident. They are very ahead in this point in time, and I just feel like why would you not just ride that lead?
Oh yeah. They're able to get Baron without much contest.
Yeah. Hopefully this will be the extra push they kind of need. I just feel like if they keep kind of feeding to the other team, this could end up being a much longer game than it needs to be.
Yeah, especially because we do see Karma kind of falling off towards the end here. Luckily, all the other players are fed, but with the Lux scaling and oh well, Lux went Everfrost. It's fine. Well, they're setting up for a dragon that's
Audrey
coming
was
in
not
about
first.
10 here. Okay, I didn't say that. It's just, creative build.
You ugh. You ugh.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, both teams are definitely hungry for this dragon.
Love Soso playing kind of a precarious position here while
Yeah.
his team takes the drag. We'll see if Viego is able to contest or not.
Wow,
And
that
that
was
is a
close
drag
with
for Trinity.
Kaiser Q, but not quite close enough. I know, I do think that was smart. They kind of brought the dragon into a place where there wasn't as much vision. Oh, Talia's going right in, trying to section everyone off.
Infinite stamina.
Right in there again. Will he be able to make it out? Not this fight. Wee Little Otter is charged up, but also is being chased down by 4 people at once. Where's the rest of his team? Trinity's pretty split in this moment. It feels a little dangerous. Oh wow.
Now with Karma
Despite
over
the
here.
strength of Talia. Looks like Spurs. I don't even know where Spurs 21 is.
He's dead.
Spurs 21 died. Okay. So it's a 3v3. That's what we're looking at. That's right.
Yeah, with
Soso is able to get the next
a
kill.
little bit of patience, and it looks like Soso was able to kind of figure that out, even though it was looking a little questionable in the middle there.
Despite being split almost the entire fight, Trinity University does come out with the dub. And I guess not a perfect ace, but something close to it. Will Tryndamere be able to do much against the onslaught of minions? Minions are pretty scary.
Minion diff,
Yeah, minion dip, that's true. I don't think Trinity will be able to push more than this.
Yeah, it is looking like, oh my, why is this? Okay. They're just going to back out here, kind of reset. Don't push the play too far. That's one of the things Soso always yells at me about. So, but yeah, just this absolute map dominance. Wards in the base, all over objectives. It's great to see. We love to see it. And oh god, the top lane CS difference, 108 to 217 is certainly. Oh, I'll tell you later.
Well, they will go right in there. They really wanted that red buff. Said you can't have it. The other team, McMurry, that's what the other team's called.
Yes.
Yeah, that of course is that. Wait, so does Lissandra's ulti also make her like invulnerable or whatever?
Whose ulti?
Do Lissandra? So Lissandra is stopwatched after her ulti.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
At least I thought she
her
did, or did
ult
she
like
stopwatch
charges
during
up.
ulti?
I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought she was invulnerable during her ult.
Okay, so maybe that's what it is then. Wow, Infinite Stamina just really likes to be in the thick of it, I will say. But I guess he's with Love Soso, so he's pretty alright. They are doing a lot of poke damage. Infinite Stamina goes right in there. I think he will be nerfed down for it, and I don't know what Trinity can do at this point.
I am starting to get worried they've been overstaying a little. Viego might be thinking the same thing, kind of on the prowl here. They are just going to back off and wait for this next wave of minions, it does look like.
Yeah, looks like they'll still try to maintain pressure, see if they can get any picks.
Everyone's very lit here.
Leah's range is so long. The little otter kind of skirting on the edge.
And there he goes.
Will engage. That was a good engage. We'll push everyone in. Though a little dangerous for Talia. She'll be able to get out. Love Soso.
Right.
Not die in the process.
And there's the ace.
That is the ace.
And with that, game 1 will be for Trinity.
That's right. here's my question, Audrey. Do you think they could have ended it earlier if they hadn't inted some of the fights?
I think, there's always going to be a little inting going on. You can only stop so much.
Only stop so
Oh, let
much.
me see if I can stream the scoreboard.
Sounds good.
Uh,
Yeah.
hold on. Bear with me, guys. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see that. I'll pull up the damage in a sec here. Yeah, definitely amazing to see So on that Talia. And there's the graph if you don't believe me. If you need a little more visual, if numbers aren't your thing. But pretty closely followed by the jacks in damage, actually. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and gear up for this next game. And I'll let you know when the draft is starting up.
Did we feel like we had any MVPs that game, Audrey?
MVPs, I definitely think we saw So do about his regular amount of carrying, but wow, infinite stamina just really was shining on that top lane Jax. Like, I don't think we've seen recently anything like that from him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I definitely think that he showed up a lot on the top lane with that Jax. I mean, I think like 4 solo kills basically, which is quite impressive. It's tough. I hesitate to give him the full MVP just because I felt like
Yeah.
team wise, well, he didn't really stick with the team. He did kind of go the lone wolf route, which is respectable, but you know, I think he could have played a little bit more consistently in the rest of the game.
Alright.
Yeah.
So we are setting up for the second draft. Do you have any ideas about what we might see get banned this time around?
Uh, that's a really good question. I think that just after that game, they might end up banning the Hecarim. I do think that was a pretty annoying pick.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of being all over the map and just constantly getting on their ADCs, on their mids. Not really as much on the top, but I can imagine that that's a pretty annoying pick. Talia did a lot of damage, although got caught out a lot. So that could be a potential ban. I don't think they'll ban the Karma. I really don't know if they would ban the Caitlyn either. Although the Caitlyn was very strong, I don't think that that was the most frustrating part of Trinity's team for McMurray.
Yeah, for sure. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting to jump into spectators.
I know it's hard to remember. I kind of lose. Yeah, I just kind of feel like that might be a ban for McMurray against Trinity. Considering Trinity versus McMurray, I mean, I do think that that was a scary.
Scary. Hello?
Oh, sorry. The Viego was definitely like a scary pick for Trinity University. And I think that, or I guess against Trinity University, and so that could be a potential ban for them in the future.
Okay, I'm seeing that you are a little bit quiet, so I'm gonna turn you up a
Okay.
bit, and please let me know
Just
if
a little bit.
that's any better, and maybe just
Yeah.
scoot in close with the mic.
I know I did turn the mic up, but now I'm being told that I'm echoing, so
Oh jeez.
not sure what to do.
Well, hopefully, Because that could be my fault as well. Well, we'll figure it out, guys. We're strong. We'll get
Okay,
through this.
we'll figure it out. I know for those of you who don't know, again, we will reiterate we have two more games this week. If you are enjoying these games, Trinity will have a game Friday night at 7 versus Schreiner University, and Sunday at 7 versus Hendrix University. Both of those, I think, will be pretty exciting and riveting games. Um, kind of more of a clash with Trinity University, and I know that the boys are excited for it. We got a lot of League of Legends going on this week. A lot of fun. I know Audrey and I are psyched,
Oh yeah, for
especially
sure.
with all the tests Audrey has. It's
So
killing it.
fun. I had one just today. It didn't go too bad. Okay, maybe we should check in on the draft.
Yeah.
It is about the same as it was last game, but we did see the double support ban for McMurray, so no Soraka or Shaco or Comfort for you. And okay, we're seeing Mordekaiser top. Again, a more fun top laner for infinite stamina, and Tryndamere again for McMurray. It is worth noting that we have this Thresh ban coming out from McMurray, and Thresh was recently adjusted in this last patch. You know, they brought up his AP scaling and took a little less emphasis on his W, so it makes sense. I'd ban him too. Oh, a Silas. That's always fun. I love Silas. And chat, as long as Nathan gets Thresh, we win. Uh-oh.
For who?
Nathan doesn't need the Thresh. We have the power of
Doesn't need the Thresh.
we have the power of engaged support on our side.
Man, I'm trying to type this guy's name into naop.gg, but I don't know how to do the O with the slash in it.
Here, I can link you up. There you are.
Thank you.
Oh, do you have the draft link?
I do not have the draft link
Oh, okay.
currently.
Let me get that to you as well. You have to tell me these things. You can't just sit there suffering.
I know, I was like, I'll just be quiet. It's okay.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and if anyone in chat can let me know, are you guys able to hear Kenzie a little better now, or what's the situation? Just let me know. I can make it louder. Alright, so we're seeing a Sivir Nautilus bot lane coming out from Trinity. I haven't actually seen Spurs on the Sivir that often, but I definitely
really?
I definitely know he plays it, but I personally haven't seen it much yet.
I know, I definitely don't know what to say about performance-wise, but I know Sivir is one of his top and most favorite champions, as well as like most comfortable champions.
Okay, a little pocket pick
So I think,
moment.
yeah, so I think that'll be a very exciting thing to watch. Hopefully he'll really shine. Do we think that's a Mordekaiser jungle or a Mordekaiser top? I think that's my question.
You know, I'm feeling the Mordekaiser top here.
I actually think that is a good guess. I know we do see they picked that Tryndamere again. It looks like that is kind of a comfort pick for the squid, to be honest.
The squid.
Just looking at his account, looks like he's played a little bit of Garen, a little bit of Tryndamere. He might have an alternate account because there are only like 3 games recently played. So I can't quite say that that's what all that the squid plays. But yeah, and then that Silas and Jinx. I think the Silas is a smart pick. I guess Silas will just go mid. Do we know who that is? So that is Zero Bot or League of Space.
The mid laner
My
is the
gosh. No,
Squid.
it's Intoxable. Got it. Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. Although it looks like Intoxible's played a lot of different champions over the last few days. A little bit of Talia. Maybe that's why Trinity decided to take that Talia. Um, yeah, so it looks like they're kind of an all-around consistent player of
Alright,
champions.
it looks like McMurray kind of learned their lesson a little. They said, let's go ahead and ban Love So out a little bit. It's a little too strong. So we see the
They
ban on
did.
Sosa's classic favorite Akali and then also the Talia from last game. And
Mm-hmm.
he said, doesn't
And the
matter, I'll play
Jax.
Ari, who Ari was recently buffed as well, I think. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, I think they changed her base stats so her ult early game's a little better, and then they also lowered
Mm-hmm.
her ult cooldown. And
Oh, wow, interesting. I was wondering if this would happen with the Silas jungle. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen now.
it makes sense, the
Um,
kind of person
mm-hmm.
that plays Viego jungle also plays Silas jungle, if you know what I'm
I
saying.
know. I was gonna say, I honestly kind of had like a hunch. I was like, it doesn't like the mid laner doesn't seem like a Viego person. I mean, a Silas person. But the Viego definitely does.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, this will be really interesting. I guess it feels so we have kind of some more engage with that Galio Alistar, that CC combo. Silas will be able to take the Nautilus ult, which is big, the Mordekaiser ult, which is big, the Wukong ult is pretty big as well.
Mhm.
So those will be pretty good steals. I wasn't, I guess not to be mean or anything, but I wasn't massively impressed by the Tryndamere on McMurray. It feels like that is just kind of they're just kind of going with a comfort pick. Um, so hopefully, Infinite Stamina can kind of take advantage of that and maybe do well in top lane again. But
Yeah, I definitely see what you mean. Especially one
mhm,
of the things Trinamere is known for is that split push potential, and we didn't really get to see much of that from what I
yeah,
saw.
I
So
definitely agree.
hopefully, upcoming, we'll get to see a little bit more of that.
Hmm. I don't know if Jinx and Sivir are very active in the meta currently. Um, do you know anything about that, Audrey?
I don't think they are. I think we're seeing a lot more Zaya, Kaisa, Caitlyn type, where you're kind of playing this very pokey lane, which Sivir does excel at, but I think something about the itemizations that we're going right now, we
Mm,
don't see it that often. I know Jinx
yeah.
is definitely somewhat of a comfort pick or kind of a pocket pick for McMurray's ADC Hazer. So
Okay.
it'll be interesting to see comfort versus comfort, who can handle it. And then that Nautilus and Alistar interaction, I'm definitely interested to see because we know Phoenix gets pretty aggressive on these engage supports, so we'll see
Mm,
if McMurray has a good answer to that or not.
yeah. I know, I definitely agree with Trinity banning out the Soraka and the Shaco.
Oh
Both
yeah.
feel like slightly toxic picks, I will say. And it looks like their bot lane, their zero bot abuses those two picks quite a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
Yeah. They have the Shaco, I think, as like their top played right now. Soraka's a pretty high win rate as well, for support wise. And it looks like, yeah. I know I'm looking at, I could be wrong, but looking at some of the champion tier lists right now, I see that Rammus is a pretty high win rate.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of these
We
like
little does like Rammus quite a lot. So that would be I guess you could say maybe a little bit of a troll pick, but could be a little exciting to see maybe in the future. Maybe
for
we'll have to
sure.
ask him if he would pull it out
I think
for the chat if the chat's
the
interested.
chat wants Ivern, so
The chat wants Ivern. Good
that's
point. Good point. I know I can't say Ivern is in the meta right now. Uh, but maybe soon.
Well,
Maybe
with the
soon.
changes limiting doing two camps at once, I think
Mm.
maybe with that we'll kind of see how fast Ivern's clear is going to work out with that. But I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm not 100% on that just yet. I do know these tanks like Rammus, Zac, or kind of bruisey type high mobility junglers are really in right now, especially with
Mm.
just these few specific build paths I'd have to go over, but like Divine and all of that. All of that. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys.
I know looking at the skins, which is one of the most important things that one can win in this game.
And there we go. We don't get to stay in for long enough. It's unfortunate.
Oh wow, I'm still sitting in here.
Oh.
I like the Astronautilus, I will say. I've never seen Infernal Alistar though.
Alright.
Wow, I can hear the game playing and yet I cannot.
Then I'm gonna stop streaming to you.
Okay.
Does that work? Because are you in the game?
No,
Oh.
but
What?
no, well no, I am in the game. I'm just not loaded in.
Oh, okay. We're
Tell
seeing
me
a
where.
little bit of a invade attempt here from Trinity. They're walking in with Nautilus front and center into this jungle. Very interesting. It is warded though. Once again, these little aggressive plays might just go wrong here, but okay, it looks like they are just gonna head out there.
Yeah, McMurray's been very good about putting down wards, and they can definitely like fully see Trinity University
And
trying to come in.
our silly antics.
Our silly antics, it's true.
Okay, Spurs. That's just unnecessary.
The emoji?
Yeah,
The
the
emote? That's what it's
mastery
called.
emotes. I feel a little bad for this Galio here. It can feel bad going up against a ranged mid laner, especially So definitely knows how to abuse that power. So we will have to
True.
see how that works out for League of Space here.
Hmm.
We see some early pressure coming out here from the Nautilus. Forces the
Oh,
Jinx flash.
that
Not
is the
even 2
flash.
minutes into the game. Wow.
I know, I was gonna say, was that on purpose or I couldn't quite
I
tell.
think so. I think the Nautilus threat is just there.
Yeah.
Just some
I know,
poking.
who do we think? It's both kind of this like women in their tanks bot lane.
Pretty
uh,
lady, bulky man.
pretty lady, bulky man, that's
It's the
right.
perfect pairing.
And tragic to not see Braum out there. I mean, who do you
What a
think's buffer,
handsome
Braum
man.
or Alistar?
Oh,
With a mustache as
well.
well. That's the important part.
Well, Braum, I have some things I can't share, but I have plans I can't share right now, but
Plans you can't share.
we'll see. That's more of a
I see.
2024 project,
I see, I see. Yeah, look like Infinite Stamina is just kind of pushing on that top lane pretty well. It's a little bit of stuff happening in the mid lane.
We do have Silas heading down to this bot lane. I'm
Mm.
curious if McMurray is going to try to make some sort of play here. He might have just
Oh
been
wow.
spotted out by the
Looks so
Nautilus.
will be able to get the
Oh,
solo kill
wow.
in the mid lane there.
That is
Sorry guys.
first blood.
Well, oof.
Oh, maybe he
Looks like
did
the
not
Nautilus
see.
may have to sacrifice himself for
In
the although
classic
wait.
engage support fashion, sacrificing yourself so your pretty lady wins. So she lives one
And
day longer.
you did mention that you thought that he had seen, so I guess I was quite surprised that he walked kind of
Yeah,
right
maybe
into
he
all of them, but
didn't see him.
mhm,
I can't
yeah,
see the different fogs of war and whatnot.
yeah.
Looks like Wukong is pulling a little invade. Our cookie jar moment returns. Little skirmishing up here in this top lane with
Yeah, Infinite Stamina is doing a lot of damage. We'll have to force that flash out from the Tryndamere, and he'll just keep seeing how much he can take.
Wukong is on
Oh,
the little lurk here, looking out. And then
so we
meanwhile,
just
bot.
got a notification
Oh,
that Wi-Fi went out, so we may be restarting the game. Okay, so
oh.
looks like we may all be disconnecting here.
Should I go ahead and disconnect?
I'm not entirely sure. I think we
Well, they're not wasting the
should.
advantage.
Yeah. No, I mean, they kept playing, which is the right move.
Alright.
I think we should exit the game.
Technical difficulties. Okay, so we
Technical
are gonna leave.
difficulty. Sorry, guys. Well, I'll leave and then let you
Okay,
know, I
I'll
guess.
stay for now then.
Okay. Yeah, we Little Otter and Spurs 21 are out of the game, so I would say we're good to leave.
We were just
Oh, that
too
is quite
powerful.
unfortunate. I know, it's true.
And Trinity went. No, no. By default, baby.
By default. I know, I don't know what you can do if your Wi-Fi goes out, and I kind of assume that's like the whole,
Like a chunk of campus or something.
yeah, the campus, like, Wi-Fi went out, which I don't know what you do about that.
It is interesting it was at 8:30. I hope it wasn't like a scheduled fix because then they might not be back for a while.
Yeah, I know. It'd be unfortunate if we had to kind of reschedule a game.
Yeah, since we
Again.
have so many games already.
Looks like we will soon be added to the lobby. I think they will keep same drafts, and everything. At least that's my assumption at this point in time. I don't think there will be a redraft. Do we think that that could be advantageous to either side? I don't know. Maybe? To know the draft and how people are playing their champions?
You know, I think it's a double-edged sword on that one because you get to know better what they're gonna do, but they know better what you're gonna do as well, I think. Unless you were confused about where they were playing, or it might reveal maybe some runes, but I think it'd probably be more. Go ahead and join spectators when you can.
I can't just because it is 4 spectators in there at this point in time. There we go. Now I can.
You're free. All right. Game 2, the sequel. We're still getting set up here.
Yeah, this is take 2. See a little joke about Arby's
Oh yeah.
in the chat. You know, we have the meats. Trinity's got the meats.
Alright.
It looks like we will start up.
It's interesting they got back from the
Again.
Wi-Fi going out so fast.
I know, I'm like, it would be interesting if you like use that as an excuse.
Whoa, we're not saying that.
I don't think McMurray would.
Disclaimer.
We're not endorsing that. I really don't think that happened.
We're
guys.
not
I
accusing.
promise. I promise. You can think about those things on your own time, but we do not endorse that perspective. I was just saying it would be interesting. It'd feel like a lot to orchestrate, though, so I just don't think it's that feasible.
Imagine in Discord. Okay, everyone leave right now.
I know, it's just like, this ain't going well. It's like, let's take 2. Let's try again.
Alright, we are gonna have to go ahead and wait for a little spectator delay. But I think if I'm Trinity, I wouldn't underestimate that Silas. We saw what he could do on that
Yeah.
Viego last game, and
Yeah.
I would just definitely be weary of feeding that, especially, Ari without her ult can get kind of caught out, and then Sivir, other than her ult, doesn't necessarily have the best escapability other than just, I guess, the move speed she's granted. So I'm definitely keeping my eye out for the Silas if I'm Trinity here.
No, I definitely agree, especially even seeing that gank at the beginning of the game and how quickly Nathan was just kind of got. Um, I do think that Silas pick is very aggressive. I think their jungler plays very aggressive and plays very smart. And it does look like he will be kind of focusing that bot lane. It looks like they feel like their potential is in their bot lane and their mid lane. I don't think he's going to try to help out the Tryndamere. I think the Tryndamere is just going to have to play um, kind of that solo top game. And I think Silas will really try to get the Jinx ahead, just because that feels like the carry on the team, as well as like getting kit picks for themselves, because I do think Silas is a carry champion too. So that will be something, like you said, Trinity should not be underestimating. But I guess looking on Trinity, what are things that we think that McMurray should not underestimate?
Well, there's a lot of potential threats here. I think any way this ends up, if any of them get fed, except maybe the Nautilus, we can ignore for now. But a fed Sivir hurts, fed Ari hurts, a fed Wukong and Mordekaiser will just wreck that Jinx, and
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be where a lot of McMurray's damage is going to come from, I think, especially if Galio goes more of a tank type build. It's going to be in
Mm-hmm.
that Jinx, and then depending how the Tryndamere, I didn't quite look too deeply how they built last game, but it's going to be a lot of pressure on the Jinx and a lot of pressure on the Silas to kind of fit into that win condition.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I know looking at the chat, we got some Trinity with these professional style comps. It's true, but there is no Ivern, so is it really professional, guys?
Yeah, kinda lame if you ask me, but I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's true, it's true. We are loading into the game now, which is exciting for the second time.
Woo! It's almost better the second time. I actually.
It's almost better.
Oh yeah. Well,
Did
I didn't
anybody
get to
change
look at the
skins? We
Silas
gotta
splash
check.
art last time.
It looks like everybody stayed with the same skins. Felt like they were solid for the game. I respect
Well,
that.
it's
I
it's
respect.
cheating if you switch the skins. Actually, you had a certain advantage.
Although I'm disappointed to not see the pizza party
Oh yeah.
Sivir. That's the classic. But I'm
That's
sure
playtime. Playtime's over. We're
playtime's over.
serious
I
here
agree.
now.
I know. I'm sure Spurs 21 has a good reason. I'll just have to respect it. A lot of pinging going on
Oh
from
God. Are they
from
really?
team. Looks like there
Okay.
might be an invade again from Trinity
But
University.
this time on the top side, which is, not predictable at all. So we'll
Yeah,
see
they're
if
gonna switch
they
it up a little
get
bit.
away with this. There is, oh, Silas. Does he know what he's getting?
Silas
Oh,
will
and
see.
there is
He will
Silas
have the
Flash.
flash. That is what Trinity wants.
Insane that that worked a whole another time.
Audrey would not have championed that.
Oh yeah, the Flash. No, I think he probably had to flash. It's just kind of unfortunate, If they have a Nautilus, I would prefer a ward to my body
Yeah.
to check out the bush, but you gotta
No,
do what you gotta
I
do.
agree. I'm surprised there wasn't a word. I guess they were running. Trinity was running.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Looks like the Wukong will start jungle camps topside instead of bot.
Hmm.
I know Lilo Lauder does like to do that just because I think he likes to Have the other jungler not really know where he is on the map. Feels more powerful that way.
We do see Phoenix here with a slightly aggressive positioning, kind of just up with
Mm.
the enemy caster minions, zoning as a Nautilus does.
Trying to force another flash. See if he can get that out of Hazer? How would you say that? Hazer?
I've been saying Hazer. That makes sense to
Hazer,
me.
okay. No, I really have not been saying people's names correctly. I probably should work on that.
That's when you just call him the
Yeah,
champion
wow.
name.
Playing really aggressive in this bot side. Spurs 21 will be able to get a lot of damage off on that Alistar. But we'll take some damage as well. It's like Silas is kind of roaming mid, going to top camps, won't really stop by mid. But we'll kind of keep an eye on his Galio. His Palio. Oh my god, that was great. I'm trying.
I
Oof,
liked
there's
it.
the Wukong gank on the top. But the squid will ink away.
I think, is the squid the mid laner? Oh, the squid is the top laner. Okay, okay. I had them
League
switched.
of Space is. Oh, did they switch?
No, no, I had them switched in my mind. I've
Oh,
been
you have
calling the
them
top
switched.
League of Space this whole time. Well, thankfully the McMurry fans aren't on our stream, I guess. So no worries.
And I was gonna say, what do you think League of Space means? I don't really. I'm curious by that name. I just don't really get it.
If you don't get it, I certainly don't,
If you don't
Kenzie.
get it, you can't help me. I see. I get it.
No, I'm saying I don't get it either. So
Oh, you
if
don't
you
get it
don't get
either.
it, there's no way I'm going to. Wukong's going in
Oh
for a play
wow,
here,
good
bot.
hook. That will force the flash and the flash from the Alistar as well. Kind of exerting a lot of pressure on that bot side. And Trinity will kind of back out after claiming
Oh
two
god.
flashes. Yeah, I know. I really shouldn't emphasize the words I emphasize. It's not on purpose.
We do see Silas kind of lurking towards this mid. I'm not sure if Soso is aware. He's gonna just
Yeah,
kind of walk up. Poor Tryndamere, infinite stamina,
I
letting
know.
out his anger, but Silas is
It's
on the
kind of
way.
bully.
Is he gonna know? Okay, there's some pings, but it might be too late.
Yeah, infinite stamina will be able to dodge that initial, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get out of
And
this
that's first
alive.
blood, yep.
Yeah, that first blood does go to the Silas. Like we said, that Silas is pretty scary and can be a carry, so that's not
A scary
the ideal
carry.
situation. I know. Yeah, a lot of skirmishing on the
Oh
mid lane.
wow.
Wow, a lot of damage coming out from Love So.
And that's what I was kind of saying about just the potential of that ranged versus uh,
Hmm.
auto attack champion matchup where Galio's not going to be having a fun time. You know, I've been there. I get how it is, but it's just not pleasant.
And we do see the Silas kind of pathing bot, and I
Mordekaiser
wonder if that could be. Oh yeah, Tryndamere kind of having to get out, put low. I wonder if bot will be his next
target.
ganking opportunity.
Wukong is also heading top as we speak. Oh, they're going to
Oh
go
wow,
for a
that's a little
commit
rough. Spurs
bot.
21 will force the flash.
Can Spurs
Spurs
live
will be able
here?
to get out, but Nathan is following pretty
Oh,
far.
not able to get the
Will
jinx.
get caught out. I
That's a second kill.
just pushed a little too far and didn't really know where the jungler was. So Trinity will need to be a little bit more careful. It's like Wee Little Otter will try to help with top a little bit here.
Tryndamere
He'll force that
flashes,
flash
yeah.
from the Tryndamere and get at least a little bit of tower plating. Well, this game is looking like a much better start for McMurray, I will say, which is not in Trinity's favor, so I guess I shouldn't be pointing it out. But the game is by no means over. I mean, the game is still tied, pretty much. I do think Trinity has been doing a good job CSing. I mean, we see our Sivir is like 10, 14 CS, higher than the Jinx.
Mhm.
So we can definitely feel a lot of pressure in that bot lane right now.
Mhm.
And Ari is poking down and will feel pretty strong. Uh, but Trinity will need to look for some more plays, I will
We
say.
do see this first dragon has spawned. We're kind of centering around it, junglers and all, but not quite
Hmm.
sure how this will play
I know,
out.
I think
Wukong making a
McMurray
play to
spots the
go in.
Wukong. He will go in. Looks like Silas will is kind of pathing. No, his bot lane will be able to get out all right. And maybe now Trinity can kind of look towards taking the dragon. How everybody's kind of collapsing. I see the Galio there.
Things have calmed down a bit. It's worth noting there is a Rift Herald spawning topside pretty soon here. Okay, Nathan is going in.
Wow.
Okay.
It's a lot of damage coming out from Spurs 21. They will not be able to pick up a kill from there. But Spurs 21 is looking like a big threat, I will say. I really am just kind of terrified about the Silas. He's playing this game where he kind of ganks, gets himself a kill, and then goes and farms. And he is preparing himself to be the carry. Wow. There's a Spurs 21 pick.
Oh, Silas.
Silas wants go in on that though. Will Trinity be able to pick anything up? Will. Spurs 21 win. It's a 2v2 fight. Trinity will come out on top.
Nice.
Wow, that feels pretty good for Spurs 21.
And there is this Galio up here. Is the Ari going to be able to handle that on her own?
I love So wants it, but I just don't think he has enough
The
mana
Jinx is right around
to
the
get
corner.
it.
Oh,
The Jinx
there's
is
the
right
flash. It looks like they're both mid laners are going to make it out okay for now.
there. Yeah, definitely a precarious situation in the bot lane, especially with the Alistar coming down and the Silas. And the Jinx is still there. Looks like Spurs 21 will try to chunk out the Jinx.
Silas is on the way though, and this is
Oh
getting
gosh,
scarier
oh gosh.
every second we're
Like things might
staying.
be cleaned up. Oh, that's another double kill, but I think Silas might clean everyone up.
Is it worth the shutdown on this Sivir?
Is it worth it? I think it
500
is.
gold.
Uh,
And that's 500 gold plus more to Silas. So we hate to see it, folks, but
we hate to see it. I know. I was gonna say I do think Trinity played that like as patiently and as best as they could. In that situation, it's just very unfortunate that the Silas was there to be able to kind of pick up the remains and the pieces, because he grows ever stronger. But it does look good for Trinity's bot lane and mid lane. Oh, a little bit of a missed E there as they try to collapse on the Galio. We can see in what is good news for Trinity is that McMurray's bot lane is not in a super good position right now. I mean, they have been killed twice, and I think that helps Spurs 21
yeah, for
and
sure.
will help them kind of further in the game. Oh, that's a failed flash. Will the cow be able to escape? Spurs 21 is just gonna go for the
And even with both
for the
summoners,
Jinx.
that Jinx cannot get away.
Yeah, Spurs 21 knows the limits of his champion, I will say.
We are definitely
Done
seeing
pretty
this,
well. Oof.
this major
Silas
CS
mid.
lead from both. Oh, let's focus on this first.
Yeah, Love Soso's kind of dodging. We'll have to pop the ult
Goes
for
back
it.
in.
And we'll go back in. Spurs 21's just having fun at this point. Feels unfair.
But that is a fact that makes me kind of question the difference in fundamental strengths between these two teams is just this
Mm-hmm.
major CS lead Trinity has on all fronts except I guess technically
Yeah.
jungle, but Josh has other priorities. I don't question his motives.
I know we definitely have seen less of Wee Little Otter in the lanes than we normally do. He's trying to farm and kind of play jungler more than we normally see. Kind of getting that rift, trying to farm up as the Wukong. I mean, he has 0 kill participation currently, although that might change at this point in time as he pops that ult.
They are able
Will
to catch
secure
the
a
Galio.
kill
Silas
and
comes in.
immediately get punished for it. That is a tower going to Trinity, which is an important objective. And looks like Phoenix 21 is there kind of just to support Love So with the Sylas. And that will force the flash from the Sylas, which is good for Trinity.
It's definitely
Wow,
interesting
if we
to
look at
see.
that top lane,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean
No, you're
to
good.
distract. The CS difference there is quite extreme.
Oh, bot just Spurs going crazy bot. Phoenix sacrificed. It's tale as old as time, you know. The engaged support has
Very
5
true.
deaths, and then the ADC has 6. Not in this case, just, you know.
I know it's kind of a Beauty and the Beast scenario. I do agree.
Oh my gosh, we're
You see
tying it
Nathan
in.
sacrifice himself time after time.
Is Nathan the
Wow.
beast? Is Spurs the beauty
Nathan's the
then?
beast. Yes, it's true.
We gotta start calling him that.
Yeah, if we just like look top lane, Infinite Stamina is getting so much gold up there, despite having been killed once. I mean, he is way ahead of the Tryndamere CS wise, and he's like gotten the plating of the almost entire tower, and will probably get this tower pretty soon. So he is feeling very strong,
For sure.
despite being killed
We
once.
do see some drag
Phoenix,
setup happening right
yeah,
now with Wee Little Otter going ahead and starting that dragon. With
yeah.
just Phoenix's pressure into that jungle, they aren't going to be able to do much about it.
Trinity again, kind of trying to be proactive about getting those dragons. And they can do that because of the success of their bot lane. Oop, they're gonna collapse on the Galio if they can. That is the Sylas there. Just pretty scary. I do think the Sylas with the Galio can 2v3. Looks like Trinity might think that as well. Yeah, and Infinite Stamina will just take this tower and maybe snag a solo kill along with it. He will.
Solo bolo.
Solo bolo. Feeling pretty good. A solo kill in a tower. The Sylas is there to meet. Will we see a little bit of skirmish in the top lane? Or Wukong tries to get the Sylas? Well, at least we're seeing a skirmish in the bot lane. Galio will try to come in and save his floundering bot lane, but it will not be enough. Although, a lot of damage coming out from that tower.
Oh,
Oh,
Spurs.
Spurs 21.
Hey, he got the triple. He got the triple.
That silly man.
Anything for the triple. Silas defending those
Despite the
camps.
kills being closer this game, I do feel like, I mean, gold-wise, Trinity is still ahead by a considerable margin. Smart flash. But yeah, I mean, just looking at that damage to Sylas, gosh. Trinity will have to play careful around that Sylas, and if they don't, they will reap the consequences. And I really hope they don't.
So supportive. And here they come.
Sylas just gonna go in there. Infinite Stamina will not be able to take him. Will he ult though? I know, I'm surprised we haven't seen the ult. Ugh.
The Tryndamere ult just keeps him from getting that kill.
Yeah, Trinity tries to respond with a pick in the mid lane, but it just won't go through.
We do have this Rift Herald up. I'm wondering if we're going to see a little setup for it from McMurry.
We also see that all of the kills right now are on Ziver.
Oh, you rat monkey. Hiding in a
I know.
bush. I
Just
mean, it
mean.
worked, but I'm disappointed.
Good ever flash by Love So will save him this scenario, although Silas is going in. We'll go back in again, and we'll be punished for it. Went in a little deep, we little otters in the back line. Getting that Galio? That's the name of it. Good ultimate by Nautilus. That will be 2 kills. I would say that was a pretty clean fight. They played to Silas's greed. They knew he'd be greedy. Oh wow. And bot has just carried that momentum all the way up to that inhib tower.
Yeah, if I'm Trinity, I'm pretty happy with how things are going. The 10k gold lead. I have all outer towers, but I am keeping an eye out for that Silas. As you've been saying, we know we cannot underestimate that. Infinite stamina, getting saucy, taking some Krugs.
Yes. I know. I apologize to all the Trinity fans out there. I know we speak cautiously. We don't like to jinx things, but Trinity is in a very good position right now. And I think that if they maintain this position,
Good phrasing.
they can win the game. But whether or not maintaining the position's a little bit harder than it sounds.
We are seeing some setup for a dragon spawning in about 30 seconds here with wee little otter and Love So just, you know.
Yeah, Love So kind of tries to pick out the Viego, or the Silas, not the Viego. There. He won't be able to. Love So's not afraid, though.
Sometimes a little too brave, perhaps, but
I know, I'm impressed by the confidence at all times. I don't know, I think it's sometimes good to have confidence rather than no confidence.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it looks like that Wukong will just be able to solo the dragon. Wee little otter doesn't need help from anybody, although that might be a lost Nautilus. Oh, not quite. It's
Oh!
a huge Wukong ultimate, huge Galio ultimate. Things are going back and forth. Braids and cows.
Oh god.
Foxes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, without his team, Silas can't really do much against 4 other people.
Yeah, I do
Or
have
the
to say,
champions.
I'm a little disappointed with this Tryndamere. He's not split pushing as much as I'd like to see, and I think that's definitely having a negative effect because if he's not in that team fight, he should be getting the top tower, you know. I just think really that cross map pressure is super important when you're playing a champion like Tryndamere.
I definitely agree. I mean, do you think that a Garen could be more apt here? I don't really know, like, what would be a better... Like, if he's gonna play so passively, it almost feels like he should maybe go for more of a tank. Like, more of a consistent player.
Yeah, for sure. I think Tryndamere kind of excels in these one-on-one fights that don't last too much longer than his ult, you know. So I definitely would agree with that stance where I don't know if a Garen specifically would be the answer. Maybe I'd like to see, you know, an Alawi, a Fiora, a Mordekaiser, but it does seem like that's a comfort
Love
pick.
So goes in just a little bit too deep.
Oh.
Oh, and he will
Oh.
skirt out.
Oh.
He almost. It was so close. That is the shutdown going over to the Silas again, which is what we were saying maybe shouldn't happen. But Trinity can afford it with their 12,000 gold lead. Um, but I will urge them to be a little safer. But I am a conservative player, so I don't really know how to be aggressive. So I can respect it.
Respect the grind.
Respect the grind.
Alright, no.
Yeah, it is quite unfortunate that Tryndamere just can't really do anything against that Mordekaiser.
Yeah. Baron is up. I'm hoping we won't see anything with it. But we are kind of working towards this mid and top side right now.
I know, I think if Trinity gets a pick here, they will definitely go for the Baron. I mean, they honestly might go for the Baron regardless, but it looks like they're kind of pressing to look for some person to be caught out where they're not supposed to be. Sitting in bushes.
And this little tiptoe
Lion
secret dance happening here. Silas does
They're
grab that
staking out,
Wukong
that's
ult
what it
once
is.
again.
Wow, just the damage coming out from Mordekaiser on the Tryndamere. I can't tell if that speaks more to the Mordekaiser's power or the Tryndamere's weakness.
Yeah, Tryndamere is, when you look at him, you may see a tank, but he is actually quite squishy and relies heavily on his ult to,
Yeah.
hold him over during fights.
He's sensitive on the inside, even though he's a big buff guy. That's what Audrey's trying to say.
Like a burnt marshmallow.
Yeah, Mordekaiser just wants to 1v2. A little bit like we saw last game, but feels slightly more manageable. He's
Perhaps a
playing
little more
pretty
successful
successfully
this
here.
time.
Yeah. Although, yikes.
Soso does get caught there. Gets a little too
Soso's
saucy.
gone. Although Mordekaiser does get that double kill, he's trying to go up against the big one. And I don't know if that was the move. Blue Little Otter kind of goes in to save. First 21 will follow up.
But the Silas is
Infinite
still...
stamina and Wee Little Otter.
Alright, they
Yeah.
are able to catch that. And that's an ace for Trinity.
That is an ace. It looks like Trinity will see they can kind of push this tower, push this lead. They did get that Baron with 0 contest.
Are you thinking they're going to try to end here?
Yeah. Well, maybe. Nah. Wee Little Otter's not trying to end. Spurs 21 is, though. I don't know if that's going to work out for him. It's a little bit of a
Especially
greedy
with
move.
the rest of the team spawning in just seconds. And Silas is on the way.
Tryndamere trying to get the Mordekaiser down. Wow, that forces the flash, and that is the Silas ult. Wee Little Otter is there, but those are two pretty strong people. They'll shut down. Oh, that's another flash. All the flashes. All the ultimates. Whoa.
And with one last sacrifice from Nathan, we might just be able to end this game.
Love Soso wants that Bud Light ace. He's hungry for it. And they will be able to get it.
So that is 2-0, and Trinity
Bud
will
Light
win this
ace.
set.
Yeah, in a cool 25 minutes. Was that faster than the last one?
I
it
believe
was.
so, yeah.
I think there were less ints.
Hey, enough of that.
I know, that's not super fair.
Alright, and here is
Wow.
the scoreboard.
Looking at damage, infinite stamina really knocked it out of the park. Or I guess, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, him and Spurs just coming to shine here,
Yeah.
Silas says, I can only do so much. I can't 1v9.
Yeah.
I
I know Spurs 21 comes on top with the KDA, but I will say Infinite Stamina did a ton of damage. And really carried that team. And I'm actually surprised Silas didn't even come close. Well, I guess close. I don't know. Who do you think that we post-game interview for the chat?
Well, let's see what the chat is saying.
What
I
is the
do
chat
think
saying?
I do think Infinite Stamina has just really stepped it up today. So although like Spurs and So we see do well so frequently that I almost would want to hear from Infinite Stamina what he's thinking about these top picks. But any
Yeah.
any thoughts from the chat before we go with that?
It looks like I think we just go ahead.
All right, sure, get him in here.
Unless people are gone. No, we still have people. Let me message. We will be getting infinite stamina in here in a second. Audrey and I might need to prep some of our questions. Think about it a little bit. Think about what we want to say. I know we definitely saw him pick a lot more. Although Mordekaiser is kind of a tank champion, I'm actually not sure. What did he build on? He did build kind of tank items on Mordekaiser. He really did a lot of damage. I mean, a
Oh.
ton of damage as we saw in the game.
We little otter calling for a Nathan interview. The sacrificial mindset.
Sacrificial mindset. It's true. Hmm. Hello, infinite stamina.
Hey there.
How are you doing today? How are you feeling about the games?
Uh, all right. Um, I wish I could have played Jax in the second game, but they decided not to let that happen.
No, they banned it out. It was too scary the first time.
They couldn't take the heat.
Yeah, I would have had 0 deaths, but I wanted to limit tests, so
No, we could tell. But I do think it ended up working out, and it was quite fun to watch.
I'm glad it was fun.
How did you feel playing the Mordekaiser the second time round? It did look like you kind of took advantage of the Tryndamere a lot, both games. I just kind of want to ask you about your thought
Uh,
process in the top lane.
well, I had double his gold and quintuple his damage,
Mhm.
so I think I did what I had to do. Uh, I'm not sure why they picked the Tryndamere,
Mhm.
but I mean, it worked out. I
Yeah.
mean, I
For us.
It did.
like I all I did was just AFK lane and split push while the rest of the team won. So
Mhm.
they won, and then I won my lane. So
Yeah. I mean, you won pretty hard, I would say. Got a lot of gold and did a lot of damage. We looked at those damage charts in that last game, and you were at the very top.
I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
No, it was a very impressive performance. You have a
Thank
question,
you.
Audrey.
yeah, I'm curious. We've seen you playing like these last, like the previous games that we've seen a lot of like this Poppy, and you seem to really be shining on these more aggressive top laners like Jax and Mordekaiser. So I was wondering, like, is Poppy a champion you normally play, or is Wee Little Otter kind of pushing you to get out of your comfort zone, or do you have any thoughts on that?
So on my Plat 3
Mhm.
account, my Ornn has a 70% win rate and my Poppy has a 78% win rate. And typically, because we generally play a little bit Daryl centric about him getting fed, the Ornn just feds him more.
Yeah.
And when I play Poppy, all I need to do is sit on the carries. So like you saw the last series, I didn't
Mhm.
really do much against Aatrox, but that wasn't the point. I
Mhm.
just sat on our carries with my W,
Mhm.
and then no one can damage them.
Yeah. No,
So
worked. Yeah. We've definitely admired how you've kind of, I mean, you've shown a lot in these like two games, kind of all the damage and how aggressive of a champion you can play, but we feel like you've been a really consistent player in the last few series and have really like enjoyed how you've supported the team as well. Uh, but it was exciting seeing you play kind of a different role. How do you feel about the upcoming game? Should people be scared of your jacks?
Uh, if the opportunity arises for me to play it,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I I I pick for the team, and so I will pick whatever is best for our comp and against their game plan.
Yeah.
So if if uh, if if I play a top laner that's aggressive, then they should watch out. If I don't play a top laner that's aggressive, then they should watch out for Daryl. But either way, they gotta watch out for someone.
Yeah. I still think they gotta watch out for you. Even though the tanks haven't been the all-star players, I think they've been all-star in supporting the team. So, very good job in the series this week. Thank you so much for coming out and talking with us.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for coming out to the stream. We have our next game is Friday at 7 p.m. versus Shriner, so please come out and watch. And yeah, hope everybody has a good night.
Yeah, thanks so much
Bye.
for watching and supporting. Bye bye.